Welcome everybody to Cosmic Crisis TV and another episode of TV Reviews, where we are going to be reviewing last week's Flash episode, episode 17, properly dubbed The Trickster.
Yep.
So...
Are you sure it's properly dubbed?
I think it's properly dubbed. It is English.
I think it should have been dubbed Mark Hamill.
Definitely should have been dubbed Mark Hamill. It should have had more laughter in there. Should have had more Joker.
Well, it should have, but I would have just called this episode straight up just Mark Hamill. That's it. That's all you need to know is Mark. Well, and Harrison Wells. Mark Hamill slash Harrison Wells. There you go. That's the episode. That's the review. We're done. Good to go.
Who said Mark Hamill could not act is lying to you. He straight up acted his butt off in this episode. Like,
that's a little weird, but we can go with it.
Really?
That's okay. It's a little weird, but I'll accept your metaphor, and we can go, or simile. Well, we'll call it a simile because it's not really a metaphor, so we'll call it a simile. I'll accept your simile, and we'll say, he acted phenomenally.
He was outstanding.
We'll accept that. I love his voice. His voice is so great. Anybody that knows Mark Hamill or any of the work he's done, he's been the Joker in the Arkham, in most of the Arkham games.
He's been the Joker for the longest time. He is the Joker voice.
Yes, I agree.
And he's played Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars movies,
yep.
And he's going to be Luke Skywalker in the upcoming Star Wars movies, episode 7, probably 8 and 9 as well.
Hopefully
it doesn't bug out in the first episode. But
okay, just to throw this out here, I would have loved to see him play the Joker in the Batman vs Superman movie or Suicide Squad instead of Jared Leto. But hey, whatever. It's not up to us. So we got the next best thing. We got him playing Trickster in the Flash series.
I know, coming back for a special cameo, kind of remembrance of the old '90s Flash.
Yes, threw in his costume.
Oh yes,
when
they did.
Went to his lair, they threw in the costume. He had to sit in there on the mannequin and stuff.
And they actually had him capture the original Flash from the '90s TV show, Barry's dad, because I did see the pictures of the '90s TV show with the Trickster and the Flash. Flash had Trickster tied up, and now it's all in reverse.
Yes.
That was a nice nod.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get a bit of a breakdown of the episode. So it starts out with these presents coming down from the sky, falling on playground, I think it was, and they're bombs. This is a new Trickster, someone trying to take the mantle of the old Trickster.
Let's hit the pause button real quick.
Beep.
Rewind that a little bit and go back. Okay, so we see these little presents falling from the sky with little parachutes on them. What is your first thought?
Run away. Run.
Oh yeah, presents. It's like manna from heaven. It's coming down to us. Yay! We're being blessed. Okay, if I see a present coming down at me from like there's a parachute thing, and I know stuff's been going down in this city this whole time, there's been crazy things going on. Am I gonna be like, oh yay, here little Johnny, go grab that present over there? Yay, go,
No.
Whatever. But fortunately there was the Flash there, and he goes and runs and grabs it and realizes, hey, this is about to blow up or whatever stuff. But it's like, really? How many people are just going to run around and be like, hey, go grab this present that's falling out of the sky?
Not me. I'm running the other way.
And be like, hey, this is some type of propaganda or something. It's probably like the Chinese flying above us and North Koreans, and they're dropping a little propaganda here, Look at these packages, read this material. You Americans are evil. I don't know. That's what I would have thought. It's kind of weird. But anyways, we'll fast forward it back to the next part.
Okay, so we're in Star Labs. We get the whole Trickster video with them. And they mentioned that there was a previous Trickster in the old times before Flash and everything. So we have to actually go to the prison. What is it, Iron Heights?
Yes.
We go there with Joe and Barry. They interview Mark Hamill as the Trickster. He's in his cage looking all ominous, has his feet up like this, looking down. There's a shadow on him. All that. I was like, I'm getting chills, man. I'm getting chills. He speaks. Woo!
There's that Joker voice.
And then,
well, I actually closed my eyes there for a second, watching the episode, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh,
cartoon Joker.
Oh, it's Joker.
Oh man.
Oh, there's Joker. But the one odd thing was when they gave him the Twizzlers, and he's like, here, you need these, and they dropped the Twizzlers in. I haven't seen the old Flash episodes with the Trickster in them, so I don't know if that's basically referring back to that.
It might be.
Or what.
Let us know what you guys...
if you guys know, yeah, let us know down in the comments. But I haven't seen that particular one. I saw some of the previous Flash episodes from like years ago, but I never saw the ones with the Trickster in them. So I have no idea if the Twizzlers are basically a throwback or if it was just, here, let's just throw Twizzlers in there because he's crazy. And he likes Twizzlers. Okay.
He's twisted.
I mean, hey, Twizzlers, if I'm in prison, you bring me Oreos, I'll tell you what you want to know.
Okay, this man got here. I buried the body over here. Give me the Oreos.
I'm not
There you
going to
go.
put much trust in you.
I'll be bought for Oreos.
Don't tell him anything.
You buy me with Oreos.
Okay, so this episode, besides having this Trickster in this episode, we also got flashbacks in this episode. So, Chris, you want to talk about that?
The flashbacks focused on Eobard Thawne.
Yeah.
This week. Basically starting out, you start out in the whole scene in Barry's house when he was little. And so it was basically going through there. Okay, you got the whole fight between Flash and Reverse Flash going on. And then all of a sudden, Flash takes off, and then Reverse Flash basically
went this
starts...
way, Flash went this way, yeah.
Takes off the other way, starts sputtering, and then boom, he stops. And he's like, what's going on?
My theory for that is Flash went this way, left the time stream and went to his own time or something. That's why he can't run. That's why Reverse Flash can't run.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really don't know yet because each time Harrison Wells looks at the paper, well, Flash in the future is still missing.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what happened to him, where he went, or anything. So maybe he's still there. Maybe he's not there.
We still got,
who knows?
What, 5, 6 episodes?
Yeah,
4
about
episodes?
5 episodes left. So
got a lot of time.
But the next thing you see, okay, he basically looks at the computer. Hey, what's going on? Well, it's called the Speed Force. You know, it's basically running out. You're not having it, so you won't be able to time travel anymore. And then the next thing you see, well, he takes off his mask. And who is this? Some blonde dude that we don't even know. And yet he calls himself Eobard Thawne. Huh? What's going on here? What thought Harrison Wells came out and said, well, I'm Eobard Thawne. Well, wait a minute. Who's this blonde guy now who's talking about that he's Eobard Thawne? So you fast forward those a little bit, and then you see Harrison Wells with his wife. Was it his wife?
I think it was his wife, yeah.
Okay. It was either his wife or his girlfriend, because he talks about losing somebody earlier in the season, but he never really said who she was, whether it was his wife or girlfriend. I'm thinking it was his wife. But
apparently, originally, Harrison Wells and the Reverse Flash were 2 different people.
Yes. And so you see basically he sets up a little trap for him. He's got the spikes out there, wrecks his car, and then Eobard goes over there, pulls him out of his car. Well, he gets out of his car, grabs him. The woman's dead, and then is basically like telling Harrison Wells that, hey, you know, you're working on this device, but I need you to speed up that time. I need it 5 years sooner.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So then he pulls out this little device and sticks himself with it, and it basically transforms him into Harrison Wells, and then leaves Harrison Wells' body looking like a corpse.
Oh my gosh.
So apparently, right now, it looks as if Harrison Wells really is the Reverse Flash, but we still have 15 years unaccounted for. So I still think Harrison Wells is Barry Allen from the future, but we'll see. I may be completely and totally wrong, but I think there's too many little things in there that point to him being Barry, especially with them saying there's something big coming in the end that we're not seeing. I think that may be the thing we're not seeing.
Maybe we still do have 5 episodes.
Either way it goes, I think they're setting it up as a great episode or a great finish to the series.
Yeah.
Great finale, because it's like it's keeping you on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going on.
I want to keep going back to these episodes more and more. I want to see them again. Yeah. I'm going to see this Trickster episode 2, 3 more times.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it again. I need to. But I like how they're basically they're telling you, okay, he is Eobard Thawne, but they keep doing things to make you question it. Or it's like, is it really or is it not? Is it this? Is it that? You know, even showing scenes of, say, like Cisco. Is Cisco going to become Vibe? Is he not? You know, what's going to go on with that? Because you saw the trailer for next week's episode, and it's like, you know, what's going to happen there? Because he got the glasses like Vibe and everything. So, who knows? And Caitlin, she even becomes Frost, yes. So, and the rumor is that that's going to happen sooner than we think. So we'll see where that one goes to. But the rest of this episode here, basically that was basically the end of the
flashbacks.
The end of the flashbacks was basically him switching, I guess, like transferring his
either consciousness or just like transforming his body.
Yeah, somehow with some type of future technology.
So I thought they were gonna switch like bodies, like totally, like him go into Harrison Wells and Harrison.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought was happening when he was doing that whole thing, but then all of a sudden he like turns into a corpse and just like.
Yeah, because I was like, whoa, what's happening to his face?
So I'm kind of wondering, is he completely dead, or does he have both consciences, like two people living inside one body, like Firestorm?
Yeah, Firestorm.
Or is it just Eobard Thawne in there, and he just looks like Harrison Wells? Because, okay, so I assume that he has all of Harrison Wells' knowledge now.
I'm pretty sure.
Because basically, okay, now he went and made the device, and he's saying, okay, I need this device this much sooner, and this and that, and everything. So either he is Eobard Thawne, and he has all this knowledge from the future, or he has taken Harrison Wells' knowledge with him. I think they'll go into more detail and explain that over the next 5 episodes, and we'll see who he is and what happened and everything. So,
anyways, back with this Trickster.
Yes.
So, where were we with the Trickster? Oh yeah.
Basically just the jail scene.
Yeah, jail scene. They find the Trickster's original lair. They get blown up. Let me see.
All the stuff's missing basically was material for a bomb.
It was a big bomb. But it was a diversion to break out the original Trickster, Mark Hamill, out of Iron Heights. To basically come back and go out with a big big send off, last big trick of the century.
Yes.
To reclaim his title. And in that scene with what's the new Trickster's name? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, with the new Trickster and Mark Hamill. In that scene with the new Trickster and Mark Hamill actually
basically he asked him, okay, why did you pick me? Why'd you pick me? Is what he asked the Trickster.
Mark Hamill looks at him and says, because it's in your blood. Because I am your father.
Yeah.
No, of course, and if you didn't see that coming, well,
duh.
You're stupid.
Everybody saw that coming. But hey, even though you saw it coming, it was still great to see.
It was still awesome.
It was still great. I enjoyed that. I was like, I bet that's gonna happen. I was like, he's his father. We know it. We know it. We know it. It happened. Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay. So after that scene, then they're back at the little mayor's
shindig
or whatever they're doing out there.
The mayor.
So of course, it's always the mayor in every episode. Even in Arrow, the mayor's the one who gets shot. Of course, the mayor. You know, could shoot somebody else besides the mayor. Maybe the secretary.
That would be nice sometimes.
That wouldn't be much of a big deal, though. I guess. Oh well.
Anyways.
So okay, there he basically everybody who showed up early, they all get poisoned with
the.
And you see what happens to someone.
So never show up early to a party.
Never. Ever.
Don't drink
Always
the champagne either.
So they all drink the champagne. They all got this poison and everything.
And everyone back at Star Labs prepares an antidote. Barry gives them at the party the antidote, and he tries to confront the Trickster. Mark Hamill puts a device on Barry's arm and tells him if he goes below 600 miles an hour, it'll blow up. Kind of like in the Justice League Doom animated movie.
Yes. Yep.
He actually doesn't
where
give
Reverse
him,
Flash sticks it on him. Yeah.
He actually doesn't give him the antidote till after he gets the bomb off his arm.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's why he had to run.
So he first shows up to the party, grabs him, the bomb gets stuck on him, then he's got to run through. And then
we get
the
one of the
great
best scenes between Harrison Wells and the Flash.
See, and yeah, basically the way he's describing how it feels to run that fast, you know, the lightning pulsing through you and telling him how it feels and everything, and telling him basically to do the whole vibration thing to where he can phase through walls and stuff. It was like, to me, I'm sitting there thinking, man, this has got to be the Flash. I don't think Reverse Flash would describe it that way. That's another one of my reasons why I think, okay, they're thinking the same exact way about this. I think that's why that's still in my mind. I think he's still the Flash. I don't think he's a Reverse Flash.
It also shows that he is getting so close to his goal that he's starting to slip up a bit.
Yeah, his end game.
Yeah. He's starting to slip up and show his true self. That's why at the end of the episode, we get him, Joe, and they finally reveal to Eddie Thawne that he's the Flash.
Okay.
Oh my.
Look, before we get to the end scene, after he basically gets rid of the bomb and basically phases through the truck and he goes back there, gives everybody the little antidote and stuff, he grabs the Trickster and he starts talking to him. But he doesn't disguise his voice or anything. And who was standing behind him when he was confronting the Trickster?
His dad.
That was Iris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Iris was still standing right there. So I wonder if Iris noticed, hey, hold up now.
Probably not.
It sounds like, but the look on her face, when they basically panned from him back to her, she had this look on her face like,
Like, what?
like, hold up now. So I kind of noticed that a little bit because it was like, you know, all of a sudden he stops and instead of using changing his voice or whatever, he's basically just talking to him like Barry normally talks.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe she notices, maybe not. We'll see in the next few episodes.
Yeah.
I'm probably leaning towards not because most of the DC reporter type girls really haven't noticed the superhero and guy related, like with Lois and Clark.
But that's Superman. That's the way his thing's always gone, and so
we're not talking about Man of Steel.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna play this one out, but I just thought it was interesting that she's still standing right there, and he's just basically the way he's talking about his dad.
He's like, where is he?
Yeah, about Henry Allen. Where's Henry Allen? And he's just using his regular voice, and it was like, yeah. So that's why I was kind of like, other than that, if it wasn't about his dad, I wouldn't have thought 2 seconds about it. But then once he starts talking about his dad, uses his regular voice, it's kind of like, So I guess we'll see in the next few episodes if that's anything to take notice of or not.
Yeah.
And then going back now to the very last scene, where they reveal him to Eddie Thawne.
Yeah.
Rule number 1 when it comes to Flash: never trust a Thawne.
Never.
Ever.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that yet, but still.
We as the viewer know that.
Still, why are you telling so many people? It's like all of a sudden he's like, hey, I'm the Flash.
Like, everyone should know.
I'm the Flash.
Like the
I'm the Flash.
Arrow.
I'm the Flash.
Yeah. Like you know his dad already knows, and then it's like.
I like that his dad
people?
knows.
Yeah.
It kind of bonds them even deeper than just play acting father and son.
Yes, I agree.
It bonds them as Flashes as well, kind of.
Yes. I like it because it's kind of a little bit of nostalgia to it. Because, okay, here's the former Flash, here's the new Flash.
He's definitely passing off the mantle.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. I agree with that too.
I do like that they picked him as. I do like that they picked the original Flash to be Barry Allen's dad.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
It was a good touch.
Is actually the Flash.
That would blow everybody's mind.
Has anyone thought of that? Like, what if his dad is actually the future Flash, not Harris Wells,
I thought of this a while back.
That would be a little weird because he would be like, Barry Allen, I am your father. Wait, what? You're what? Wait, I'm my own dad?
Yeah.
That gets into that little Terminator kind of weird stuff now. So, I hope not. Please.
I actually thought of this a while back, and I was thinking, what if Barry's dad was the Jay Garrett character. That would have been a bit more interesting.
Possibly.
It could be a nice nod, but we'll see.
But anyways, any final thoughts?
I thought this was one of the, if not the best episodes ever.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I think these episodes are getting good, like really good.
Yes.
I mean, the first half of this series was basically
It was
yeah, and then
was
just like one in the middle of those, it was like, man, that was a really good episode. Then it was another couple more But then all of a sudden, it's like episode after episode after episode after episode. It's like, man, I cannot stop watching this show. It's like, it's got me sitting here on my couch like, oh man, what's gonna happen? What is gonna happen next? So I think it's really good. This one I would have rated way up there, probably about 9, maybe I would say. This was a great episode.
I'd definitely put it a 9.
So,
before we end off,
yes.
What are you guys' 3 favorite villains so far that we've seen on screen?
On screen, 3 favorite villains. I would have to say Reverse Flash, obviously. Captain Cold, and the Trickster.
Man, you're just taking my list. You're going all.
Well, so far it's the best.
Yeah, those really are the only ones.
Because I can't say we can't count Gorilla Grodd yet.
Not
because
yet.
he hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah.
You know he's there.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done anything yet. But the pictures and basically seeing him in the previews,
Ooh,
oh wow,
man.
he looks so good for a TV show. I'm like, that's where they put all their money. That's like,
That's where they put all
make
the
him look
CGI.
really good.
Yeah.
I think he's good. I think next season will be Gorilla Grodd heavy.
Oh,
next season.
definitely.
I hope so. I hope so. But yes, those are my 3 top villains.
That's
everybody
my 3
else,
top villains.
Everybody else is forgettable in the series so far. So.
I just like Captain Cold.
I think he's good. I'm
love it.
excited to see what happens with Captain Cold, because if you see one of the photos for the upcoming episodes, he is actually standing there with Caitlin, Cisco, and what's his name? West.
Oh, Iris.
Yeah, Iris's dad.
Joe West.
Joe West.
Joe.
You see him standing there with Joe. Well, you see him standing there with those 3, and then on the opposite side are basically the 3 villains: Weather Wizard, the guy with the mist, and who's the other guy? I think he was the guy from like the 2nd episode. I can't remember. He was some obscure Rainbow something or other. That's what his name was. I can't remember his name. But it was like those 3 villains basically pop out of a truck. It's basically in the preview they pop out of the truck, and then you can see Captain Cold is with them.
That would be awesome.
Maybe he actually teams up with them and helps them.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
He did tell Barry that he would not kill anymore.
Yeah, so who knows?
Or at least try to.
Who knows? Maybe he'll help them or something, because they have to somehow fit him into that spinoff, because he's supposed to be one of the characters in that spinoff series.
And in the comics, he did have a somewhat kind of gray moral code area. He wasn't a super villain. He was just a villain in the comics to help out his sister, I do believe, or at least in some of the stories.
He was kind of like a Mr. Freeze type.
Yeah, he was one of those you want to empathize with.
Yeah, I agree. So, well, that should be it for this week's review. If you got any comments or anything that you've noticed, let us know down in the comment section below. Other than that, hit that like and subscribe button. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yep.
I think that's it.
And we will be coming out with a sort of surprise project that's in the works. We'll let you guys know in another video in the future, but keep an eye out for that.
Other than that, for Josh, Hannah, I am Chris. Keep it cosmic.
See ya.